大家好，我是再大声一点 ，OK， 好。这样子大家有没有听得到我的声音呢？我觉得有点明耶。好吧，再来一个，再大声一点 ，OK， 好。然后游戏内的音效，看看哦，游戏内的音效也大声一点，再大声一点。哦，自己的声音小声一点。OK， 好，大家好，我是艾斯吉莫。那个标题我就懒得改了。那我们今天玩什么呢？就玩这个吸血鬼啦。那上一次呢，玩到了哪里呢？其实我也忘了。哈哈。好了，那我们就开始了。等一下，我上次有没有？我上次应该有存档的，对吧？好，然后开始。今天要干什么呢？今天就是来把一个城市变得混乱，然后拯救另外一个城市。反正我不想当好人嘛，对。今天的目标就是拯救一个城市，然后让另一个城市不好。看看，现在其实有一段时间没有在玩。我看我的想法是让这个城市拯救起来。那基本上我上一次已经拯救过了，这个还在怎么样位置失去管理消村，然后这个我看看，这其实我有一点就是给你棒子，给你糖果，然后再给你棒子的那种感觉。然后这个比较自由，那这个金属断了，然后这个也断了一个。好，那去找这个医生，这个骨头疼痛，看这个没有？骨头痛的药。我的药呢？这个普通头痛疗方一个，先看看我有没有动。未发未对话中止。哇，那就这个头痛的我治不了，这里头痛，这不老的我应该可以治。然后这个偏头痛我应该治得了吧？不要连偏头痛我都治不了哦。偏头痛，普通头痛，肺炎。我还真的治不了偏头痛，怎么讲？安慰剂。对，这个发发的心，终于凑齐了那一分钱了，你别的什么都不用担心，我已经打好点零线，像一些邻居，他告诉我这个胡克斯医生是诚实骗子，他可能会让你交额外的钱来换取我的采用，但是至少是有保证的。抱歉，我一开始拒绝付款，但我意识到了，让你尽快恢复健康。我听说同布罗特医院是个破地方，结果这个米尔顿普克斯的行为有点问题，但我看你好顺心的，我 会尽快在你干净的床位上见到爱你的灵魂啦。吸血鬼的弱点，对血的渴望起源。好吧，那看来我们只能先走任务啦，因为要死的没有这个超猛双甲生化最好，然后这个应该可以有，可是其实我几乎都用不到。用不到也用得到，白表，优良，普通，
The flower's dying. It needs water.
何处理加药物消费说？给阿克罗伊的医生汇报吧。阿克罗伊的这个啦。好。
It's locked, all right.
等一下，他人在哪里啊？在楼下。对啊。在楼下。好。健康的。
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen.
Good evening, sir.
Don't be under an idiot.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
I know that you're a busy man, but I could use your help and advice.
The great Dr. Reed honors me with a request. What is it exactly?
Dr. Strickland devised an experimental drug for the Spanish flu that he asked me to manufacture.
You know what I think of fringe medical experimentation?
That's exactly why I want you to keep the result, Doctor. I made sure it won't harm anyone, but I'd like you to take care of it.
I see. Put it in my cabinet. I'll give you the key. I'll make sure no one uses this medication by mistake.
I'll do that. Thank you for your help, Dr. Aykroyd.
Thank you for your trust on the matter, Dr. Reed.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, I'm a blundering idiot.
shall prevail. Violence breeds more violence.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCullum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stone, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
The hospital is chaotic as it is. No one will notice a few more bodies.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
Jonathan, please. I can't rely on anyone else. And this concerns you as it involves vampires. Someone has taken advantage of our more liberal tendencies here.
In what way?
Jonathan, I may turn my head when you or her ladyship indulge, but I will not allow this place to become a nest for street feeders.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Well, they are not far wrong. The hospital is almost crawling with vampires.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this. Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
先看一下他长什么样子。肖汉特，对，这个我已经写用了。失踪。他刚刚是说哪一个？他刚刚是讲哪一个啊？中流级试试看。可是他的魅惑等级要6。应该还有一个阿维，看这个1000多。
It's locked, all right. It's locked. Now that Dr. Aykroyd has been warned, he should make good use of this formula.
OK， 然后当地任务成功，然后还有这个错误目标，找到知道。太难了，好像太难了。哦，感觉有点累。好，继续。
Better go home. This one's mine! Eat this!
Fate.
Go on, back
The
to
Mistress
the
of the
shadows.
Dark will drink your blood.
What is that?
人呢？真的。
Are you all right, Miss Howcroft?
They were tracking me, hunting me down. After the death of Thomas, they came to the hospital. They said I killed him.
But you're safe now. Those men won't bother you anymore, I promise.
Did you hear them? They recognized me as a vampire. I knew it. I knew it.
I believe you're a very troubled woman, Miss Howcroft.
I'm not crazy. I knew there was something wrong with me. I need to tell the doctors about this. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I knew there was something wrong with me. I need to tell the doctors about this.
吸血鬼新成立，这错了、啊。这个放1 OK 了，然后这个推进放2， 固定的绿种，放2，这个放3，暗面纱。日式地种图纸，然后暖气，这一个放枪。普通组，可以哦，再改，这个也可以改的，可以改。就直接改了到4。这就刚刚那一个啊，就是因为它这个背景晚一点可以的话就使用它，然后这一个遗属定失误还不行，哦，这个也属定。然后都 OK 了，都成功了，然后掉头。4名任务，先回去吧。
I'm not crazy.
我们来看看要去哪里。这个地方有点远哦。这里走下来，或者对啊，这里是绕路。
See them fancy clothes? This one's...
比较好。越级打过。一路走，一路走，下啊！先搜刮一下。
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here, like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Are you some kind of vigilante patrolling these streets at night?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
So So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier, I can respect that.
So, tell me about your gang, then.
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The Wet Boot Boys work for me. All of them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
What can you think? Well, you're not...
Yeah, well,
more of...
Incredible. You know what? You...
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
For now, everything seems under control. More or less.
Don't forget to keep an eye out for this guard of something, sweetie.
Good evening, miss.
Who are you?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the
Pembroke Hospital, you say?
I'm not here to collect payment.
Miss Edwina.
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my Wet Boot Boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
You're quite blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
I'm not interested in a career in the criminal underworld, Miss Cox.
Fair enough. Stay away from us then, if you don't want to get hurt or worse.
Since my return from the war, I don't feel that concerned by threats, knives, or even bullets, if you must know.
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words every time.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
You sound like you're thinking of somebody in particular.
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That is a new low.
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
Really? Don't you think that's a little bit excessive?
Bastards, all of them. This region only responds to violence and threats.
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to say.
What happened exactly?
I don't know and I don't care. One of ours was killed by that communist bastard, but he didn't brag for long.
So you have no idea what really happened, but you executed him anyway?
No one messes with the Wet Boot Boys, Doctor. This is our territory, and this is our law.
And your conscience is clear. You kill without hesitation.
Violence is an efficient tool, Dr. Reed, when used properly.
So you decide who lives and who dies, just like that?
Yes, Doctor. Just like that. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm saying it's my way of dealing with troublemakers.
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
Behind all your crude words and your attitude, I sense romance and a soft heart, Miss Cox.
Romance? I have no time for such rubbish. I use Booth like I use everyone else.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must know something.
Can I see?
As long as you have money.
好便宜呀！果然是不能跟弹簧都比我戒指贵。
Mark my words, miss. These murders are the work of a vampire.
A vampire? Whatever do you mean?
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
Your sewer dog.
The important thing is I find him, quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you confirm that?
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor and sick. Oh, I guess it has something to do with what happened to him as a baby.
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin. It would explain his faith and need to help everyone.
How is it you can keep this place open? This part of town doesn't seem particularly safe.
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is considered neutral ground by most groups.
You're something of a figurehead around here.
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget their troubles. Sean Hampton is the one giving them long-term hope.
I see. So you get pressure from all sides about how this place should be run, do you?
Well, something like that. Nothing that a few wise words and a bottle of gin can't solve.
Since I'm here, is there anything I can do?
Well, perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin. With the epidemic, my supplies are running low.
How could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just past the quarantine line. Perhaps, with you being a doctor, you could go there and come back?
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know. Very well. Show me where it is. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in. You're about to save many dry throats.
OK， 就去吧。 有一个设定。要OK， 可是他要5啊，有点可怕。
What can you tell me?
That's not that bad. Thanks to
Who?
Sean Hampton, our own private holy figure.
Goodbye, Miss.
Times like these, a good drink's just as likely to cause a problem as to solve one.
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist. And they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
What can you tell me about this neighborhood?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Oh boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading.
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follows.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour. But I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talks to you, then it's fine by me.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe Sean is a saint, don't you?
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people. Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
OK， 2个了，6。刚刚他有那么高吗？天哪，6
Goodbye.
先去解决这个任务吧。好，这个。
Whatever did this carefully avoided the arteries. We found ourselves in the backyard.
Seems like the guard of Prewen is on Shorthampton's trail too.
Crush the leech, boys!
先把旁边的那一些解决掉再说啊。有点狂，没有办法掌握。
I can't say, but it ain't human. Kill it. You leech! Kill it. Grenade!
我懂了。
Freaking vampire then?
I can't say, but whatever did this carefully.
Crush the leech, boys! I hate leeches!
Take a breath.
This was mine! Burn it, boys! Snuff! That's all you can do!
Die, burning!
I want some of this! Let's pin it down! I'll send you to hell. Burn it, boys!
Die, vermin!
Die, leech! Crush the leech, boys! Bloody monster! Kill it all, sir! You leeches can kill it! I'll send you to hell! Burn it, boys! Want some of this? Crush the leaf, boys! I'll send you to hell! Want some of this? send you to hell. Burn it, boys. I hate leeches. Some of that. Let's pin it down. Burn it, boys. Kill it all you deserve. Crush the leech, boys! Die, vermin! I hate leeches! Never mind! Kill it all! Crush the leech, boys! Die, leech! Want some of that? Send you to hell! Want some of that? Crush the leech, boys! Kill you! You leech! Burn it, boys! Want some of that? Burn it, boys! Crush the leech, boys! Die, vermin! You leeches need killing!
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
It's a killer!
这里，可是我要到这个地方，所以我弟，那如果我要去这个地方呢？它在哪呢？它在这里，这里 OK 了。这个转运转不到。
Sorry, sir, no admittance. Stop right now! See them fancy clothes? This one's a top.
打了一打。方向走，啊，走这个地方就被打死啊，然后这里。地方过去，没错啊。可是我过不去。你不要难过好吗
I cannot enter.
Bloody leeches, Nick.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. May I have your attention for a minute?
Good evening, sir. My name is Giselle Paxton, but I don't have time for men like you.
Have we met before?
No, but I just need to look at your fancy clothes to know that you must be desperate to visit the docks at night.
That's quite judgmental of you.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job to identify you as an enemy of the working class.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
What is it you want? Does he owe you money? Has he displeased your Royal Highness? I'm no snitch, Mr. Fancy Pants.
You speak of strikes and class enemy. Am I right to assume you're involved in trade union activism?
You bet I am. Well, I was. Nowadays, I'm just another worker blacklisted by the big companies.
Isn't the whole point of trade unions to help workers in need? Why don't they support you?
A few nights back, I lost the money my companions had asked me to hide. With me and my sister being penniless, they thought I stole it.
What really happened?
I drank too much that night. Strange men saw me count the money in that bar. Some sort of militia in uniform. I'm sure they robbed me.
You lost your job because of your beliefs.
Those bastards really hate a worker who refuses slave wages and unsafe conditions, especially when it's a woman.
What can you tell me about this vicinity?
Tell you what, just spend a few weeks here and then ask me that question again. If you're still alive, I mean.
If you have something to say, say it. I'm getting tired of all this.
Oh, you want information instead? Well, here's some for you. Giselle Paxton does not like you at all, Doctor.
You don't know me, Miss Paxton, and yet you see me as an enemy.
Oh, Your manners, your clothes, your words tell me everything about you, sir. I know your kind, and you don't belong here.
Oh no, Miss Paxton, you really don't know my kind. You have no idea who I am.
All right, okay. No need to get all worked up.
May I ask what you do for a living?
I'm killing myself scraping for a living. And you? Have you ever had to struggle in your entire life?
As I told you, I'm a doctor. You have to work a lot to earn that title.
Oh, a doctor. Born with money in a nice house, were we? Was Daddy a banker or a doctor himself?
Why such hatred? Are you judging me by my clothes and my job?
Of course I am. Fuck, you're so blind. You don't even see your privilege. Lazy people like you disgust me.
I'm looking...
What is it you...
Well, I'll leave you for... It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right.
What have we here? Stop your horse, Governor. Or are you just out of your mind?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Can I help you?
A fancy doctor lurking at night by the docks? Not fishy at all.
And what about you? Working outside at night in this dangerous part of town?
You want to know my secret? I'm trying to earn money. And I'm Lottie Paxton, by the way.
Is it not dangerous to work here at night?
As long as I have good legs, I can run away from trouble. The sad saint now provides me and my sister a bed and a roof. I don't want to lose that.
What can you tell me about the sad saint?
It's just the nickname of Sean Hampton, the sad saint of the East End. He gave me shelter, and he's not always sad.
Are you homeless, Miss Paxton?
Mr. Hampton's night asylum is our new home now. It's a safe place for me and my sister.
What can you tell me about this place? How are things here?
It may be okay for a strong girl like me, but a dandy doctor from the city like yourself, you better watch your back, Mr. Reed.
Which local dangers must I avoid?
Well, the gangs, the thieves, the drunks, the jobless. A man with your fancy clothes will attract a lot of attention.
Well, I am not someone so easily intimidated.
Glad to hear that. And if you get into trouble, you can always seek help at Sean Hampton's shelter. No one would dare to be violent there.
You really think I should go back to a safer place, miss?
No. I think you had better stay and help as many people as you can. Just avoid the wet boot boys. Those bastards are worse than the epidemic.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum he manages, I suppose. Why do you want to see him?
He was a patient of mine at the Pembroke Hospital, but he left abruptly.
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton is a discreet and dedicated man. I'm sure you'll find him soon enough.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Your kind
I
is
know
not
I promised you I'd make everything
sir.
right, Mum. But it's not been that simple.
It's locked. All right. It's locked.
Why the long face, Doctor?
Is it all that worries you, Sean? My long face? Really?
This is a blessing for me, to become a Skal. Immortality gives me more time and energy, if truth be known, to run a shelter. What more could I want?
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been shed, it's hard to believe you, Sean.
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
Aren't you afraid of what you've become?
We are blessed, Doctor. Can't you see it? The Lord has made us able to walk amongst the plague and aid those that need it.
Do you think this is a blessing when God's own house and holy symbols repel you?
If that is your burden, Doctor, so be it. But I do not fear the cross, nor am I forced to take the life of another. My kind doesn't share your imperfections.
But you must drink blood now to survive.
No, not your scripture. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. So saith the Lord. I only need to eat flesh, no blood.
Why return?
This is my home. These people are my flock. You will always find me where I am needed.
Wonders never cease. Skal managing an asylum.
And what of you? A vampire doctor? Meals laid out before you. Yet you restrain.
And what about William Bishop? He tried to take care of you. But this hunger, this thirst, cannot be restrained.
Alas, poor William. He had a good soul, but was weak in spirit. He could not shake the thirst for booze, never mind blood. But have faith, my will is far stronger than his.
Why did you kill Miss Jones at the Pembroke Hospital?
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
People have been murdered. I've seen the blood. I don't believe you can be trusted.
Have a little faith, Doctor. If you will follow, I will guide you to the light.
How do you plan to do that?
Take this key of the old sewers. The entrance is by the riverbank, south from here. There you'll find all the proof you need.
Very well. You have definitely intrigued me. I hope you're right, Sean.
I'll be here when you return. If you still think I'm a threat then, well, I'll surrender myself to your judgment.
OK， 成功，打了2个主线啊，然后。 这个不错哦。啊，就娃子。这个我看看，音乐，这里。那个主线就走了。
Shadows once the epidemic has passed.
Stupid beast!
Back in the grave, you little fuck!
Put an end to you! Want some of this?
想办法进入这里，然后再走这里，然后再走这里。 这个2000。真的是还蛮大的吗？这个我就3秒就好，不要2.5。行行。再来一次。只能选一样吗？我以为2样都可以选。我又回来了。
那你为什么没想到说会
这里应该是可以吧？
It's locked, all right.
Crush the leech, boys! Hey there! Bloody monster! Steady, boys! We've got one of them!
还好我有存档嘞。看看哦，从这里呢，应该是可以哦。如果从这个地方上路，可是要从这里走。方向往城市。这个地方。
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Why must it always be a good evening?
I was just being polite. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you some questions, if I may.
Don't like questions, or doctors. And the name is Seymour Fishburne, if you must know.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
A shithole filled with maggots. Liars and thieves, all of them.
Are you thinking about someone in particular?
No. Hate them all. Especially these petty, whining little shitbag beggars.
Is there no one who deserves your leniency, then?
Well, Tom from our local is somewhat of a decent bloke. At least, unlike most maggots, he knows how to listen without opening his trap.
What's your occupation?
I take care of my mum. That's what I do. She's the only good thing in my life. Even though I don't treat her so good.
You seem upset. Is something bothering you?
I lost the necklace I bought her. I'm a fucking idiot. A worthless idiot.
Sometimes it's hard to be a good son.
I just want her to smile. No, I was thankful for her patience, appreciated like... God knows she deserves it.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Don't come closer.
It's locked, all right.
我记得那个应该在外面买掉。
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor.
I'd like to see...
Wise choice, Doctor.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Yeah.
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm fine, Doc. Pippa, my princess, flee away while you can, for all is lost.
Hey, Doc. You're lucky to be alive. This place. Consider yourself. Don't play the innocent. I'll leave you for now. Good evening. Good evening. You seem worried about the safety.
I cannot give up.
What about their mother?
She died in 1950.
Tell me about
my wife died.
You can't.
Of course.
How could your
I was working a double.
How could your job be responsible?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the country.
I'm sorry for...
I would like to say that she didn't suffer.
How are you?
They were small.
Goodbye for now.
Okay,
Mr. Fiddick, I'll see you later.
I will not let...
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening.
All I wanted was to go back to work, to take care of my children.
这个吧。
Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
接下来呢，就是进化了。杀2人，深渊，红女深渊。我觉得要加点什么东西。19加一点。哦。底下那是先写的。 大家，今天呢就玩到这个地方，总之呢，今天血又练2个，然后把进度推到这个地方。其实这个系列呢，并不会很长玩啦，就是偶尔会去玩这样子。那也许以后很少看到这个系列的出现。如果有玩的话，我一定会吃。好了，谢谢各位，再见啦，拜拜。